transit system. This is your space, your commute, your workplace, your peace of mind, and we'll work tirelessly to protect it.
It's a new era for RTD after a year marked by controversy and leadership shakeups. Today, Steve Martingano was officially sworn in as RTD's new police chief. Denver 7 has been tracking turmoil inside the agency for months.
And tonight, Denver 7 investigates holding RTD accountable for changes moving forward. But first, though, let's take a look at how we got to this point. Now, former RTD police chief Joel Fitzgerald was fired in 2024 for policy violations. He sued, claiming Martingano led a racially motivated effort to push him out, citing that he was passed over for the chief position a few years ago. Well, Martingano was then named acting co-chief alongside Glenell Horn Jr. In February, Horn resigned, calling RTD an unbearable workplace where he experienced discrimination and harassment. So, with the new chief now officially in place, tonight we are digging into what's next for RTD Police.
Joining us now for more on this is Denver 7 Chief Investigative Reporter Tony Kovaleski. Tony, you interviewed the new chief today. This is a department, RTD, that has had several headlines over the last year concerning the former police chief, a lawsuit that he filed. His co-police chief at one point resigned and wrote a letter about the culture in the department. He was named in that lawsuit multiple times for harassment. Do you believe this is a department ready to move forward?
Well, you unlocked a lot there, right? But this has been a department that has had a lot of focus on leadership and what they did. The new chief has been in a couple of our investigations asking questions and answering questions that really raised questions about how he was running that department in that role. It's been fascinating. Are they ready to move forward? To answer your question, yes, I think they are ready to move forward. They're ready to close the door on what happened. But it's hard to close the door when that lawsuit is ongoing and the new chief is mentioned 41 times in the lawsuit, a lawsuit that essentially said he was running a coup, it was racially motivated, and the former chief has not held back on his accusations and his disconnect. The interesting part here, Jessica, is when I asked the new chief, Steve Martingano, about that lawsuit and his relationship with Chief Fitzgerald, he essentially said, we have a good relationship. That's not what it says in the lawsuit.
Not at all. It's the opposite of that. At the top of all this is RTD CEO Deborah Johnson, who appointed the last few chiefs. What did she have to say about Martingano being passed up the last round, now becoming chief this round?
Well, after the ceremony today and the pinning of the new chief, we actually got some one-on-one time with the new chief and with the CEO and general manager. And I asked her specifically about this decision because Martingano was up for the job 3 years ago when she chose Fitzgerald. And I said, did you make a mistake by choosing Fitzgerald then? She wouldn't acknowledge that. And she said the difference between the new chief, Martingano, 3 years ago and today is now he has a master's degree. He's got special training at the FBI. So it's a different set of resume circumstances. She's ready to move forward. Martingano's ready to move forward. Now we get to watch and see what kind of results will be there. They pointed today in the news conference that crime is down at Union Station. Crime is down throughout RTD, and they say they're going to continue to focus on that, but we'll be watching.
And that's what's most important here. What riders are telling us, they want more safety. They want crime to go down. They want to feel like they can ride the buses and trains with their kids. So hopefully they continue that progress, Tony.
Well, that was the promise that was made today, and you and I will keep watching. We hope the results are there.
Tony Kovaleski for us tonight. Thank you, Tony. Going further in depth here, Chief Martingano says one of his top priorities is to continue growing RTD's police force to address community safety concerns. I spoke one-on-one with him last month after he was announced as chief. He told me when he started at RTD in 2015, there were just 5 officers. Today, that number has grown to 87, with plans to expand to 150 by the end of the year.
We're going to do it the correct way, making sure we put the right personnel and staff. But the reason why is we just want to take the issues that we're facing. So we want to take those in-house, be able to handle those to make sure our customers and our employees are, safe and secure when they're on our systems.
And looking closer here, RTD is working to launch its first ever detective bureau as part of a broader plan to curb crime. This would allow RTD to investigate crimes on buses and trains more efficiently rather than relying on other jurisdictions. The goal was to be up and running by May 1st. That did not happen. RTD tells Denver 7 they're still hiring and training for some critical positions.